Welcome back to Speaking Smashinese. This is Coach Sumo. Today, I'm doing something a little different. I'm starting to meet people as the podcast grows. I'm starting to meet people out in the street. If you can see me in my car reflection, you know that I am not AI. And as I meet people, you guys, if you're in the DMV, okay, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, we can link up. We can go somewhere to walk. And I'm going to start trying to do interviews. I have Loren with me today. Loren, please wave in the reflection. Okay?
Hi.
You don't have to show your face. We'll do it like this all the time, guys. Let me lock this car door. And we will get started. I guess this is my first official interview. How are you, Loren?
I'm doing okay. A little under the weather, but getting better.
Okay.
It's a
All
nice
right.
day out here.
All right. So I won't walk super fast and I won't take you through all of my nonsense, but we're going to just start with some questions today, guys. And the first question that I have for Miss Loren is, what's something men think women want but are completely wrong about? And just have fun. We'll go back and forth. If you need me to clarify something, let me know. But what's something that men, they just so confident that women want, but they're completely wrong about? Before you answer, if you're new and this is your first time listening to Speaking Smashinese, you'll hear cars, you'll hear birds, you'll hear helicopters. I am walking right now. Loren is walking with me. If you're on YouTube, you'll see two shadows. Wave. Okay. You'll see two shadows on the ground. Okay. So, as far as I know, this is the world's first podcast that is filmed while walking for the purpose of exercising out in the street. Question number one, Loren. Excuse me.
What was the question again?
What's something men think that women want, but they're completely wrong about it?
I'm going to say I think men think women think like them. So, not to say women don't see physical, attraction as a thing or whatever, but I think men think of their parts and they think that's what women want. And women just want to feel safe, loved, cared for, and considered, amongst other things, but I wouldn't say the physical is number one on that list.
Okay. I think that's a really good answer. All right. Next question. What's the fastest way a man can ruin his chances with you? So you're on vacation, you're at a resort, you're at a club, you're at a party. This is someone you haven't met yet. So we're not talking about you being in a relationship. This is some stranger. He catches your eye. You're kind of feeling him. What takes that feeling him part away? Like, what can he do? And you're like, I'm good.
First off, I would say hygiene. If your hygiene is off, then that's automatic no.
Fellas, if you're listening, just because you look good across the room doesn't mean that once you guys link up, once she gets close to you, she gonna be checking for that aroma.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I would say if you're too arrogant, like confidence is one thing. You want to be with someone who is confident. But if you're too arrogant and you just got a stink, like, I don't know, just a stink way about you and your attitude, That's a big turn off for me.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
definitely.
Okay, let's navigate a little bit. How you doing?
Good morning.
Okay, I like that. Next question. In your past, what's something a man has did or has done that made you think, yeah, he's not the one? And this is instantly. Now, he already passed the smell test. He had clean nails. He had nice teeth. His breath smelled good. But then, once he gets past that checkpoint, maybe you guys went to the movies or for a walk or to dinner or lunch or something. Have you ever been in a situation where they messed it up after you opened the door?
Yes. So I went on a date with this guy, and he seemed cool, whatever. We went to the movie theater, but on the way there, his I noticed his car door wasn't working properly, so he had to hold it at some points, which I just didn't feel like that was safe. I was glad it wasn't on the passenger side, being that I was on that side, but yeah, I was just like, no. And it might be small for some people, but for me, I don't know.
So you're saying the door wouldn't lock or
It just wouldn't close all the
the
way, so he had to hold it while he was driving.
fellas, I'm just saying, get your car together. Okay, these
It's
women.
cool that he had a car, great, but it's
Right,
just like
right,
that was a little bit
right.
dangerous.
No, I get it. I totally get it. Okay, next question. Do you think men are better at talking or pretending to listen? Now, again, I don't overgeneralize on my show. So I'm just saying, in general, some people, not all men, your experiences. And obviously, you haven't dated or talked to or been with all men. So if you're listening, heart walkers, okay, good morning. Um, when she answers, she's answering based on her experiences. Do you think men are better at talking or pretending to listen?
That's a hard one, because men don't be listening.
Okay,
But,
I hear that a lot.
that is difficult.
Okay,
I'm going to say
maybe so.
pretending to listen.
Pretending to listen? Or is it more half and half based on your
Yeah,
experiences?
I would say it's half and half.
Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you want to throw an egg.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We always talk about red flags, and any of members, good morning,
Morning.
members of my community know I've talked about that on an episode. But what's a green flag in a man that people don't talk about enough? So we hear red flags, red, girl, you better watch out, girl, blah, 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 blah. But what is something that you wish more women would recognize? Like, okay, they don't pay enough attention to this type of thing or this characteristic about guys, but I think they should, because you know it's worked out for you and has made you happy or smile or have some healthy relationships.
I would say consideration for others and being kind
Okay.
and
And
chivalry, all of that.
and
You
not
see
just to
some,
you, right?
right. When you see, say y'all at the store, y'all, going to the grocery store, and somebody needs help with their bag, instead of just ignoring it, he goes and assists whoever it is, no matter what they look like, race, age, gender. Because if they do that for others, why wouldn't they be that way with you?
Or even more so, right?
Right. Because it's like, why do you want to be with somebody who just, I don't know, just goes through life and just don't want to help anybody, only for self? That's just, I don't know. That's one thing that I just feel like is getting lost in this world.
Excellent,
People are very
excellent answer.
selfish.
Okay. What's something small, tiny little thing that a man can do that instantly makes him more attractive? So let's say his body is not all that. He's not super fine. But you're open-minded. If you are, I'm not making assumptions, people. Okay? But let's say you're the open-minded type. And then this person does this, and you're like, you know what? Hey, he's just a little bit cuter because of that thing that he did.
I would say whether big or small, let's say you mentioned something or they noticed you needed something before maybe even you did, and they either do it for you or get it for you, and then you're just like, oh my God.
Okay,
Because you think maybe they just weren't even paying attention,
there you go.
but they were.
That means be observant,
Right.
everyone, not just guys. I just happen to be interviewing a woman today, but be observant, listen, and then choose those moments strategically, right? And somebody thinks you weren't even listening, and then bam, you pop up with something that they either wanted or needed. I like that. Excellent, excellent
I
answer.
like to add
Go ahead.
having a sense of humor.
Okay, I hear that a lot.
Because some people are dry, maybe they can't help it.
Or too
But
serious.
yeah, or too serious. But I don't know. With me, you gotta have some kind of sense of humor, and it has to be a little bit dark.
Ah, I like that. Okay, now, be honest. Do women really like nice guys? Or is that a myth? Is it the bad boys that you're thinking most women want to keep it clean for YouTube and the podcast, want to jump in the shower with, in the sauna?
I think what women really want is someone who is not, like maybe some women want it, someone who's not like a pushover, you know, confident, but they still have they're not a bad guy. I don't know. Because some people do want bad guys.
Right.
And they'll complain and to their friends or whoever, but then they stay with them and then they overlook the nice guy. But I think there should be a balance, I guess.
Okay.
Not bad as in criminal, but have some kind of toughness, some kind of backbone, some kind of confidence,
Right.
like I said, with still the nice guy traits as well, like a balance. It just got to be a healthy balance.
I get it. I get it.
But I'm sure there are some people who do want an actual bad guy person. I don't know.
Eventually, right? What's a dating habit that men need to retire immediately? So what I'm saying is, it could be something that men do on dates, or it could be something that men want to do for a date. But you're saying it's 2026, man, like, I get it. I appreciate it. But that, no. We're not. We're not interested in that anymore. What would you say?
I don't know. I can't speak for everyone. Me, I'm very simple. I don't really care what it is as long as we're spending time. You know, I know like social media, they put out this thing that where everybody, it seems like everybody wants, the dinner, the movie, the flowers, the candy, and that's cool. But I don't know. I feel like it can be whatever as long as you put your own thoughts into it. Like your own flavor on it. Don't make it seem like you just did this thing that everybody else is doing and you didn't put you into it. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
it could be those cliche type things or whatever, but
Right.
if it just seems like you're doing it just because everybody else is doing it, or that's because that's what you think that I want or like, then I don't know.
Right. Okay. And I didn't. What? You have the time?
9:47.
Okay. So I didn't prepare this as a question, but this is just to piggyback off of what you just said. Let me just throw this in there because we hear this so much on social media. The back and forth, the different sides. Does it matter if a guy takes you on a first date, right? Chill, nothing's happened. You guys haven't even been intimate yet. Does it matter if he takes you? I mean, as long as you like the food, he's asked that question. But to Wendy's or McDonald's or Burger King or Chipotle, or do you think, wait a minute now, this is an opportunity for him to show me who he is and what his pockets look like. Take me somewhere where I don't really care about the food as long as I eat that kind of food, but show me that you have $100 to spend. Would you say that it matters?
I don't know. I don't have the most expensive taste in the world.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess it depends on like whether I've decided to still deal with this person, and I know like, whatever their situation is. I don't know. I don't know about a fast food place
Okay.
setting.
All right. She's keeping it real, guys.
Like, I would rather not go eat and maybe just go to a park or something.
Ah.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't have to be any food involved.
Okay.
Even a freaking picnic.
Okay. That's a cool.
I don't know if I should trust them making food for me.
Right.
But
Would you be offended though if like they ask you to put in the work and you prepare the food out of
No.
consideration that you don't know them well enough?
no, I wouldn't be offended.
Okay. All right. So let's keep that in mind, heart walkers. Now, the next one. What's something that men overcomplicate when it comes to women, but it's really not a difficult thing? Like, and you're thinking in your mind, dude, like, chill. Like, it's not that serious to us, women. Like, it's cool. Is there anything that men just overcomplicate and they think it's a major big deal? But as a woman, you're like, I mean, it's important, but it's not like that. Like, I'm not gonna break up with you over it or not talk to you over it, not give you a chance over it. What might that be?
Being rich.
Can you elaborate? Can you explain?
I don't know. I just feel like some men, and maybe that is because some women, and that's what they're pushing down our throats, gold digger this, gold digger that.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe they kind of stress themselves out trying to get their money up and this and that. Like, I don't necessarily believe you have to wait to find somebody until, whatever. I think you should try to at least be financially stable on your own, yes. But you don't have to, I don't know, you don't have to have all of this millionaire, billionaire, all of that stuff. Like, you don't have to live that kind of life in order to find somebody special,
Right.
And then I think a lot of those guys, they end up in those situations and they do find people who don't really want them for them.
Right.
They only want them for their status and their pockets, and then they end up getting hurt.
Right. What's the difference between a man being confident and just doing too much?
I think I kind of touched on that a little bit in the beginning. Like, I don't know, just being overly flashy for one,
Okay.
and just talking about yourself a little too much because you think that's what people want to hear. Or maybe you just really believe that you just really like.
Okay. And what about the because I do hear, and I was going to do a future episode, like the tough guy, like somebody acting like, you know,
Yeah,
they're real.
that's a big turn off because it's like you don't have to be overly tough, rude, mean to show that you're real. If anything, to me, that shows that you're not and you're kind of overcompensating
Right.
for something, some kind of insecurity or whatever. That's a huge turn off. I don't know. But confident, like you just cool, you just you, but you still know who you are.
Okay.
Those people who are overly arrogant, I think they don't know who they are.
Okay. Good answer.
Or they're overthinking who they are and trying to be something they're not. You know?
Right. Okay. So, my show is PG. I try to keep it clean. I will imply still adults here, so I'll insinuate. All right. I'll walk around certain topics or things, but, and I'm talking very first conversation. You don't even know this person yet. What's something a man could say on the first conversation with you that would impress you so much that although you're not ready to do something that night, you pretty much know, my clothes are off, he just can't see it yet.
In the first conversation?
From the first conversation, is that even possible? Have you ever thought about it, or is it something that has ever happened to you? And
No.
when I say impressed, like it shocked you.
No.
Okay.
Not from the first conversation.
Okay.
I don't know.
What's a red flag that most men, most silly boys, don't even realize is a red flag? So they keep doing it over and
Something
over.
they're doing.
It's something that they're doing.
Sending pictures of their privates unsolicited.
Y'all heard her, guys. I don't know why people do that anyway. But
It's
what
so
you're
odd to
implying,
me. It's so odd.
well, I get it, because what people are implying is that what they're thinking is like that's all women are interested in. And
But what I really want to know is where they get that idea from.
I don't know, but I do believe it's a self-esteem thing.
What are they consuming where that is even
I don't even know it's that.
an idea? I don't get
Because
it.
we can't even say PORN. We can't say that because you haven't seen that on there. But what I believe a person is saying is like, excuse me, lady, excuse me, miss. This is all I have to offer. I have no substance. I have no conversation. They're basically saying, they're admitting Good morning. They're admitting to low self-esteem, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely some insecurity there.
Okay, now, I know you're young, but I know you have older women, you have a mother, you have a grandmother, you have aunts, whatever. So this might be a difficult question. We can go around it. But do you think men today are better or worse at relationships than they were, let's say, when your mom was 23 or when your grandmother was 23?
I don't know, and I kind of thought about that. I was watching a video and they were saying how men aren't as chivalrous now.
Okay.
We're more like gentleman-like they were back then. But at the same time, I wouldn't say they were better people because, one, women didn't have a lot of rights back then. They had to depend on a man. And sometimes, a lot of times, they stayed with this man because of that. They couldn't be self-sufficient, but he was still being unfaithful,
Right.
being abusive, and holding that over her head
Right.
because he knew she couldn't survive on her own. And it's like,
So do you
that's
think...
probably why so many women are single these days.
Okay.
Because the men are still the same, but they don't got no job.
Can I borrow your
And
car?
they can go out and get a job and buy a house and do all of this stuff that we weren't able to do back
Right.
in the day.
Okay. I like that.
And education is one of those big things.
You're right. You're right. Okay. Take a quick break. I hope you guys are walking with us right now. And if you want to come and you want to meet me and you want to interview with me, this is exactly what we're going to do, okay? I still believe the walking aspect of this podcast is the most beneficial, the most important part. Now, what's something women wish that men understood on their own without women having to explain it to them?
Let's see. I know a big thing,
Okay.
and it's not even my experience, but when it comes to having children and caring for those children, I feel like men just put it all on the woman and they're not as involved, and then when something happens, they don't know anything about the child. They don't even know. I seen stuff the daggone husband didn't even know what's the school the child went to. Like, stuff like that is no excuse to me.
Right.
You both had the child. You should, yes, there are things, mothers are a little more nurturing, yes, whatever. But to me, that doesn't mean a man can't also be that
Right.
or learn to be that. Because anything could happen. Anything could happen.
You're absolutely right.
So I think that's one thing that men just assume is just a women's job.
And let me just
go
say
to work
this,
and
okay,
that's
if I
it.
can interject respectfully, just so we can get that out there, because from a woman's perspective, I think a lot of men act that way because of this silly word that's going around called simp. So, what you're saying is just because you help your woman, your girl, your wife, it doesn't make you soft and it doesn't make you a simp, right?
Right.
Okay. Enough people
That whole
don't...
simp stuff is just ugly.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
how you gonna be a simp because you actually care for somebody.
Right. You aren't busy, okay? I'm painting a scenario for you, okay? You're just kind of chilling, waiting on something, waiting for someone, waiting for a bus. If a man approaches you in public, what's the right way to do it? I'm not saying to impress you or anything.
Don't.
Even
Sorry.
ah,
Just kidding.
you know what? You made me laugh.
Finish your question.
No, listen. You just gave me an idea. So, if you don't mind, now I don't show people's faces, guys, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to make an avatar of Loren, and now Loren will be immortalized in some of my
Yay.
thumbnails on my YouTube channel, and you will see Loren in the thumbnail for this interview right here as well. So I'll take your picture, your photo that you give me, or I can take a picture of you while we're together. And don't worry, it won't look so much like you that the whole world knows, but I'll make a cute avatar that kind of looks like the one I created for myself, my Coach Sumo avatar. If you've seen it, it's on the podcast cover. But that's a hey, that's a good one
No,
word.
but let me answer for real though. I would say, well, one, I would say my advice to any person, but especially a man, learn to read people's body language, especially a woman, before you approach them. I think that is a lost art. But
Y'all are listening, right?
and that's just anybody and any whatever, but as far as men approaching women, I say have a smile and just be you. Yes, whatever, you might be nervous, that's okay, that's fine. But have some kind of humor, some kind of, whether it's humor or showing, I don't know, some kind of, if you're helping somebody, let's say, I don't know, like I was saying, the chivalry thing, maybe you see whatever, and you try to put your bid in at that point,
Right.
I don't know. But take the opportunity to try to put a smile on that person's face somehow.
I like that. Okay, fellas.
The whole, hey, sweetheart, oh, like, please stop.
Right.
Everybody's doing that.
Okay. So, don't knock me over the head for this, but you've listened to the podcast or watched it on YouTube, as you said. So you know we're out here walking in these streets, but in almost every episode, unless I'm resting, I'm doing these push-ups or these calisthenics. So if you come out and you interview with me, we're going to end this podcast with Loren and I. We're right here. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. Okay? A bench we're going to do together, some push-ups. Okay? And that's just so you can say, yep, I'm part of the community. Yep, I was out there with Coach Sumo. Yep,
Yes.
I did this.
This was great.
Okay?
Let's go.
And you can see I count. You can count with me. And I'll let you tell me when to stop. Okay?
Oh, that's going to be soon.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go. You count, actually.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
Okay.
23, 24, 25, 26,
Wow.
27, 28.
They're slowing down. Come on. What's that?
33.
33. Give yourself a hand.
God.
Okay.
My arms are like
Guys,
noodles.
thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Let me know if you're on YouTube, especially, and you can jump down in the comment section, how you feel about me adding interviews with other people as opposed to just my monologue that I normally do by myself. This is not changing the format, but on occasion, I want to get the perspective of some other real live people. And I'd love to meet you guys, especially if you're close to me. You've been listening to Speaking Smashinese. I'm your host, Coach Sumo, and I will walk with you in the next episode. Ciao.